Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. For every cold case that's cracked, there are many more tragic stories of mysterious disappearances or unsolved murders that remain that way to this day. Here are two bone-chilling unsolved crimes that is beyond belief, known as the babysitter. This unidentified serial killer is known to have murdered at least 4 children, possibly more, between 1976 and 1977. 2 boys and 2 girls went missing from their Oakland County communities northwest of Detroit, Michigan, and all were found dead within 19 days. Their bodies were disposed of in similar ways and in clear public view. Strangulation and shotguns were used to kill the children, several of whom were sexually assaulted before they were brutally murdered. Most of the children disappeared on their way to a specific location. One victim, a 12-year-old girl, allegedly had planned to run away on her bike. The autopsy of another, an 11-year-old boy named Timothy King, who disappeared one night after going to a drugstore to buy candy, provided perhaps the most disturbing details in his final hours. In a desperate plea to get their son back, the parents of Timothy King turned to the media. His mother wrote expressing hope for his return and the promise of his favorite food, Kentucky Fried Chicken. After the boy's body was found in a ditch, a coroner determined the cause of death was strangulation, but also found that the young boy had eaten KFC before his death. The task force was formed to find the killer, and several suspects were identified. They included a man who called himself Allen and admitted in a letter sent to the task force psychiatrist that he had scouted out children with his roommate. The killer he called Frank. The psychiatrist was able to get the mysterious writer to agree to meet after confirming the alleged accomplice would get immunity, but Allen never showed up for their meeting. In 1978, the task force disbanded. The killer remains unidentified, although internet sleuths have a number of theories about the killings. Number 2. The Voice on the Line. Dorothy Scott was a 32-year-old single mother who had taken up karate and considered buying a handgun after getting repeated anonymous calls from a stalker in 1980. The caller would profess everything from how much he loved her to horrific violence, sprinkling in details about her day-to-day life that he could only know if he was following her. One May evening in 1980, after taking a co-worker to the hospital, left to pull her car around. Her co-worker soon after watched her car speed away from the parking lot without stopping. Several hours later, and 10 miles away from where she was last seen, her car appeared in the alley on fire, with no traces of Scott. A week after her disappearance, Scott's mother received a call from the same voice that had been haunting her daughter. "Are you related to Dorothy Scott?" he asked. When Scott's mother responded yes, the caller stated, "I've got her," before hanging up. Similar calls continued, each time the voice admitting he had her. At one point, Scott's abductor even called the radio station to confess details about Dorothy's last night that hadn't been released to the press, while also claiming, "I killed Dorothy Scott. She was my love." 4 years later, in April 1984, the call stopped abruptly. In August of that year, Scott's remains were found by a construction worker in some brush. A week after the bones were identified, Scott's mother got two more disturbing calls. "Is Dorothy home?" the caller asked. I really hope that you enjoyed the show. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.